We begin with breaking news tonight. Police responding to a call for a shooting on Mayfield near Zarzamora on our city's south side.
Police blocking a lane of traffic here. You can see several vehicles there on the scene. First responders, not a whole lot of information available at this point about what led up to this reported shooting. We have reached out to San Antonio police for more information. We'll keep you updated as soon as we get any new details.
We do have new details in that human smuggling investigation we first brought you last night. Police say a hand waving out of the back of that semi-trailer led them to the truckload of migrants near I-10 and Foster Road.
And tonight we know that Aaron Bernard Griffin of Dallas is charged with human smuggling, a federal crime. We're also getting a better understanding of what officers found when they pulled over that 18-wheeler.
The Night Team's Patty Santos with the message from the Texas Trucking Association.
We're just seeing hands sticking out of the back of the trailer.
That dispatcher taking a call Thursday evening from someone paying attention to the road. A suspicious maroon truck near I-10 and Foster Road.
Taking off.
You can hear the park police officer who was first on scene describing swarms of people taking off.
I got the driver in custody right now. I just have a lot of people who are scattering. They're probably going to be going towards the highway and towards Foster.
That driver, identified by the Department of Justice as 49-year-old Aaron Griffin from Dallas, is facing a federal human smuggling charge. He told investigators he was paid to pick up people from Laredo and bring them to San Antonio.
And you're found to be guilty and knowingly involved in human trafficking, smuggling, it's a death sentence for your license. You will never get to drive a truck again.
John Esparza says tough laws are put in place to deter truckers from getting involved in human smuggling, although he says oftentimes truck drivers are a useful tool on the highway to report criminal activity.
Truckers are very intuitive. They spend their time on the highways, they pay attention to things, and they do it so frequently. Something isn't right. There's a good chance that it isn't. It doesn't hurt to make a phone call. Lives are at stake. We can all stand to look for suspicious activity in and around trucks.
He says with summer around the corner, this latest incident is a good reminder for everyone on the road to be on the lookout.
Lives are at stake. We can all stand to look for suspicious activity in and around trucks.
Just trying to provide them aid. They're not wanted.
The 41 people that were found in that truck were brought here to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility. One person was treated for dehydration. Now, Truckers Against Trafficking offers training and also a hotline for those on the road to be able to call if they see anything suspicious. You can read more about it on KSAT.com. Live in the north side, Patty Santos. Myra, Steve.
Thank you, Patty. And while some migrants are smuggled across the border, not all make their way into the U.S. the same way. Many children and minors make the trip to the border only to give themselves up to Border Patrol in hopes of seeking asylum in the United States. We actually saw a rise in unaccompanied children seeking help at the border earlier this year, and thousands transported to facilities across the U.S., including right here in San Antonio, where an intake shelter set up at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. The contract for that facility is set to end on May 30th, but it could wrap up sooner. Health and Human Services says, quote, "We anticipate that a majority of teens here will be unified with their sponsor before the end of May. If, however, there are teens who have not been unified with their sponsor when it's time to close, they will be relocated to another facility in the Office of Refugee Resettlements Network," end quote. Earlier this week, HHS confirmed more than 1,400 teen boys remain at the Freeman facility.
New tonight, it was initially dispatched as a major crash taking place along Loop 1604 and Graytown Road on the city's northeast side Wednesday. Tonight, police say that case is now being investigated as a homicide after the Uber Eats driver inside that car was found with a gunshot wound. The Night Team's Jonathan Cotto spoke to his wife, who was left searching for answers.
I will be Mrs. Speedy until my last breath, just as I promised on our wedding day last year. Until I meet you one day when it's my time on the other side, and I hope the first thing I see is your face.
Ruby Feedy mourning the unexpected and tragic death of her husband, James Feedy, who was shot and killed. They had just celebrated their one-year anniversary in March and had just bought a home.
We fell in love with it within 5 minutes. We knew right away that it was our home when we bought it. He moved in about 3 weeks ago.
Converse police say they were dispatched around 8:25 p.m. on May 5th to the scene of a major crash on Loop 1604 in Greytown Road. Fidi was transported to a nearby hospital and was initially assumed to have injuries related to just the crash. Police say it was the medical staff who later discovered Fidi, in fact, had a gunshot wound to his upper torso.
I just don't understand how someone could do this to another human. I don't understand how this could happen. He's such a good man, such a good man.
Ruby says her husband worked for Uber Eats. He was driving this red Nissan Pathfinder while out on his deliveries. Police say they did discover a gunshot to the exterior of the SUV.
He wasn't the type to be out there making enemies or anything like that. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what could have happened to him.
This case is currently under investigation. If anyone has any information that can lead to an arrest, you can call the Converse Police Department at 210-658-2322. Reporting live from Converse, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News. Steve, Myra.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yellow roses handed out in honor of missing toddler James Chiles. The vigil held today after remains were found at a Westside mobile home park his mother used to call home. We've asked, but identity for those remains still not being publicly released tonight. Family and friends gathering at a park near Castle Ridge and Penn Road for a chance to remember baby James. He was last seen in January. His mother, Delaney Chiles, was arrested following his disappearance. Some at the event still holding out hope that the remains found last week may not belong to baby James. Others trying to find closure, like the toddler's great aunt, Marisol Gomez.
Now we're left with is it him? What happened to him? Did he suffer? I'm just waiting. I need clarification so my heart can accept it 100%.
The mother, Delaney Chiles, was arrested on suspicion of abandoning or endangering a child. A grand jury later returned an indictment of charges of tampering with evidence. That's a third-degree felony. Surveillance video helping investigators find their arson suspect. The arrest comes nearly 1 month after an elementary school was set on fire in Southside ISD. 30-year-old Cody Mengden, charged with first-degree felony of arson of a place of assembly. Schertz police arrested him yesterday. Investigators believe he's responsible for the fire at William Pierce Elementary School on April 17th. Flames damaged 2 classrooms that were actually isolated from the main school building.
The city of San Antonio noting a rise in homelessness among younger people, and they've partnered with Haven for Hope and the Thrive Youth Center to target that group. That specific youth group is between the ages of 18 and 24. They make up part of a larger community of those without a home in San Antonio. And now the city is beginning to implement its 5-year strategic plan to address homelessness.
One of the major recommendations of the strategic plan was enhancing and expanding homeless street outreach.
Marjorie White is the homeless administrator for the city of San Antonio's Department of Human Services. She's scheduled to provide an update on the city's strategic plan next week. We're also expecting an update on the point-in-time count from the South Alamo Regional Alliance for the Homeless, or SARA.
And turning now to the pandemic, 113 new cases of coronavirus confirmed today. There were also 2 new deaths reported. Cases remain stable in our hospitals. 220 COVID-19 patients are hospitalized. 73 are in the intensive care unit. 41 are on ventilators.
Remember last week's storms? Certainly not easy to forget for people who live in Hondo. That's where a monster hailstone fell, about the size of a small melon. That hailstone officially measuring 6.4 inches in diameter. A team from the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety conducted a 3D scan of that stone.
So we devised the idea of using a laser scanner to get that true 3-dimensional volume, and that helped us understand the relationship between the density characteristic and other things.
Understanding that density means finding ways to better protect property during such storms. It's thought that hailstone that landed in Hondo could be a record for the state of Texas. The largest stone on record in the U.S. measures 8 inches and fell in Vivian, South Dakota back in 2010.
Yeah, they do some very interesting research in order to test structural integrity up to various weather conditions. Anyway, temperatures right now in the 70s, 77 Castroville, 74 San Antonio. Hello to 76 in Kerrville, you're 72. Tomorrow morning, humid. It's going to be sticky out there tomorrow. Low clouds, fog, drizzle as well. So a bit of dampness to start your weekend just until about 9-10 a.m. Then we'll start to see some sunshine. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend, some rain chances, and what's looking pretty promising in the extended forecast for more rain. Steve?
Thank you, Adam. Still ahead, Mother's Day right around the corner, and with vaccinations ramping up, how are San Antonio restaurants preparing for guests? What to expect if you plan to take mom out for a meal?
Plus, a look at when Pfizer expects approval of its vaccine for children 12 to 15 years old and how some people are being enticed to get the shot.
But first, a San Antonio area man accused of murdering his brother. The arrest made today. It's coming up next on the Nightbeat. A Leon Valley man now arrested for the murder of his brother. That arrest coming just this afternoon, days after the shooting. The Bexar County Jail released this mugshot tonight of 35-year-old Darren Paul Does. He's facing a murder charge. Leon Valley police made the arrest with the help of U.S. Marshals. Police believe he shot his own brother, 39-year-old Ronald Does, on Sunday. He was found at the Vista Del Rey apartment complex on Evers Road around 7:30 that morning. He was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. A motive for the shooting remains unclear.
To the vaccine rollout now, the CDC director saying she expects Pfizer to get FDA authorization to vaccinate 12 to 15-year-olds on Wednesday. While it already has emergency authorization, Pfizer now also planning to seek full approval from the FDA.
I rest easy knowing my family will be safe, and that is simply the best Mother's Day gift I could get this year.
Officials using some different methods to encourage vaccinations. In Washington, D.C., free temporary tattoos that say vaxxed for mom and dad are being offered ahead of Mother's Day. And there are also more signs of things gradually returning to normal. The Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, for example, opening to full capacity next week.
Restaurants expecting to see a Mother's Day rush following what's been described as pandemic fatigue. But are those restaurants ready? As businesses opened up, not everyone returned to work. Jason Dady owns several area restaurants. He says his restaurant, Hardin, still has limited capacity inside. It's at the Botanical Gardens.
What is important to us is making sure that, with kind of the staffing crisis that's happening within the hospitality industry, that we can still take care of all the guests that are coming in.
Dady still expects to see his restaurants increase in visits compared to 2 years ago. The director of operations at the restaurant, The Good Kind, says staffing has been an issue, but they're prepared for Mom's Big Day. All they ask is you practice a bit of patience. And a reminder, the city plans to open 6 outdoor pools beginning tomorrow. You can check out the list right there. The pools are Woodlawn, Southside Lions, Heritage, and Lady Bird Johnson. They'll open Saturday and Sunday from 1 in the afternoon to 8 at night. They'll also be open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The San Pedro Springs and John F. Kennedy pools will be open on only on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 8. In order to limit capacity, pre-registration will be required along with COVID screenings. We have a full list of protocols on KSAT.com.
So the question, will we see any good pool weather for this weekend, especially if that's what Mom wants? Adam.
I wish we could tailor it to what Mom wants, right? Jeez, putting the pressure on my goodness.
I mean, doesn't have to be full blazing sunshine.
We'll have.
This mom likes some shade.
We're going to have both then. There we go.
There you go.
Keep them all happy. Yes.
I know this mom likes to give some shade.
Hey-o.
Side-eye.
Yeah, side-eye and shade. That's
I can't
Myra.
even do it.
Yeah.
Look like I got something in my eye when I try to do it.
Oh, you know when I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah. Steve and I are very aware.
Yeah, we have experience.
Humid weekend ahead. An agreeable Mother's Day. No side-eye required there. Good rain chances ahead as well, especially as we get into next week. So let's get right to it. Starting with what we're going to feel right off the bat tomorrow morning. It's the humidity. Dew points are already up a little bit compared to just 4 or 5 hours ago. They'll continue to climb. Take a look at our futurecast, and it does show that those dew points will be well into the 60s first thing tomorrow morning. So really feeling the mugginess outside, and you'll see the mugginess. We'll have fog and drizzle out there. So a little bit of dampness to start the day. Early risers on Saturday, anticipate that. Reduced visibilities anywhere from 1 to 3 miles for the first few hours around sunrise. Our model here is indicating that by 9 a.m. it really starts to burn off, and that's when we get into a good amount of sunshine. Let's talk temperatures now. We'll have a bit of a temperature roller coaster in the days ahead. Not so much this weekend, but thereafter, something to think ahead for. 74 right now, southeasterly breeze at 16. It's still 80 degrees along the border. Del Rio 84, Laredo at 80. Meanwhile, 72 Gonzales and New Braunfels and Kerrville. So tomorrow we'll make it well into the 80s. Even near 90 in spots, probably low 90s farther west of San Antonio. And humid. By Sunday, we're talking 90s across the board. Monday, lower 90s. But then look what happens. Boom, temperatures fall off into next week. So if you like the cooler readings, high temperatures in the 70s, need a little patience. Tuesday and Wednesday, those will be your days. And with it will be the likelihood of some rain. So let's talk about our weather pattern. Parts of Texas that need the rain the most, getting a little bit of it, not adding up to much in West Texas because a lot of it evaporated before it hit the ground. But parts of the Panhandle seeing some good rainfall in the form of thunderstorms, of course, earlier this evening. But at least they're getting some areas of rain. That's where we need it the most across the state. We're still under the influence of Big Blue H. It's breaking down, though, and moving out. And our weather pattern is going to be shifting. And that's going to be favorable for rain chances as we get into next week. So Sunday, 10 to 20% chance. Can't rule out a stray isolated quick pop-up shower or storm. Get into Monday, we're up to 40%, so becoming scattered by the afternoon and evening. Greatest chances right now seem to be Tuesday. Right now we're at 60%, so scattered to almost widespread. And of course, we'll be fine-tuning these numbers, fine-tuning the timing, and keeping you updated through the weekend and into next week. But the potential is there for some good soaking rain. Another round of rain where we could be talking well over an inch in some parts of our area. It's too early to talk specifics, but you know, where those heavy downpours set up, we could see at least 1 to 3 inches depending on the downpour and the type that we get. Otherwise, tomorrow, just that drizzle in the morning, 68 to start, 87 in the afternoon, breezy. That's something to keep in mind. If you have outdoor plans tomorrow, say you have napkins outside or the tablecloth, it's going to blow away. They'll blow away if you don't secure them. Gusty tomorrow and humid, of course. We get into Mother's Day, not as breezy, just your typical southeasterly wind, 93, so warmer and humid. And then into next week, those are the better rain chances. So far, we like what we see in terms of rain potential, but we'll keep you updated. And of course, it's that time of year where sometimes it could come with severe weather. We'll keep an eye on that as well and keep you updated.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Adam.
You have big Mother's Day plans?
Not big ones.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with
Wishes?
family. Wishes?
Maybe a Spurs win? I'm sure that's high on your Mother's Day wish list.
You know, it seems like a real big wish.
Yeah,
these days,
lately it has been.
Yeah, they're trying to snap a 5-game losing streak tonight. They're in Sacramento. They're doing much better than they have over the last couple of games. We'll let you know. Well, actually, we'll bring you up to date on where they are now in the third quarter. And Jimbo Fisher's bold prediction coming up. Spurs needing to win in Sacramento tonight. The first game of back-to-backs after dropping 5 straight. Keldon Johnson getting the Spurs off to a great start tonight, knocking down the 3 for a 7-point advantage. DeMar DeRozan then comes up with a great defensive play with a steal, tries to get it ahead to DeJounte Murray. It's deflected, but Lonnie Walker is in the right place at the right time to gather it in for the bucket. DeRozan is money from mid-range tonight. The jumper is 2 of his 12 first-quarter points. Spurs up after 1, 25-21. DeRozan keeping the Spurs in the lead by scoring 6 points in the final 90 seconds of the first half. The Spurs lead by 3 at intermission. Let's bring you up to date now in the third quarter. And the Kings have come back to tie it up at 6-all. Tim Duncan will be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame 1 week from tomorrow. But before he goes to the Hall in Springfield, Massachusetts, the only coach he ever played for during his 19-year NBA career was asked if he thinks about the astronomical odds of a 5-time NBA champion coming from that part of the world, St. Croix, the Virgin Islands.
I do, especially since he was a swimmer. Wanted to be an Olympian as far as that goes. So it's a pretty incredible story. Everybody knows the story, but it's true. And that's something that we're all very happy about. we still toast him when we have dinner, as we've said before. Thank you, Timmy.
Life changed for Timmy and the Spurs, and Hurricane Hugo destroyed the pool he was training in, forcing Duncan to switch to basketball. Alabama head coach Nick Saban having a little fun after finding out what Aggies head coach Jimbo Fisher had to say about facing the Crimson Tide. In an appearance for the Houston Touchdown Club this week, Fisher, a former Saban assistant at LSU, told the audience that the Aggies would kick Saban's butt. Not his exact word, by the way. That's after Aggies finished 4th in the national rankings this past season, their highest ranking since 1939. Here's what Saban had to say about Fisher's remark.
In golf?
I think he meant on the football field.
Well, I'm sure there'll come a day, but is that what he's talking about? Football?
He was talking about football.
Oh, he was? Well, he used to be on my noontime basketball league, I guess. We're no longer partners, when it comes to that.
I like that in golf. The last time that happened, by the way, Johnny Manziel was the Aggies quarterback. High school baseball and softball playoffs and day 2 of the UIL Track and Field State Championships next. Game 1 and a best-of-3 game by-district playoffs between Smithson Valley and Brandeis at Northside Field this evening. Scoreless through 3. Top of the 4th, the Rangers at the plate. Ethan Gonzalez, the runners at 2nd and 3rd, comes through with the RBI single to shallow center. The plate's David De Hoyos, 1-0 Smithson Valley. A little later, it's 2-0 now, and Ryan Ruff rips this one deep left for the solo shot. Smithson Valley takes a 3-0 lead. They hang on to take it 4-3 and 8. Game 2 is tomorrow at 1. Smithson Valley, if Game 3 is necessary, it'll be 30 minutes after Game 2. For the playoffs of softball, Class 6A second round, Game 2 between Judson and Buda Hayes after the Rockets took Game 1 yesterday in Buda. Judson down 3-0, but they get things going here when Mimi Thornton blasts the pitch to the wall in left center. That scores Aaliyah Pacheco, and it's 3-3. The Rockets put the game away in the 6th. This is Keely Williams going yard. The solo home run makes it 7-3. Next batter is Mimi Thornton, and this time she goes over the wall to right. Back-to-back home runs for Judson. They take the game and the series 7-3. The UIL Track and Field State Championships continue today and also with day 2 of competition. KSAT 12 Sports' Andrew Seeley has more.
The Shiner Comanches stole the show in the evening session with the Class 2A boys 4x200 meter relay. Jaden Carson, Zane Rhodes, Trevor Haynes, and Dalton Brooks combined to win in state record fashion. That's in 1 minute 28.29 seconds. And that was just part of Haynes' day. He adds a pair of silver medals in the 100 meter dash and the long jump. So the senior ends with 3 medals and a state record.
At the beginning of the year, I didn't really think I was going to be able to come in here with all 5 of my events still, but to make it here and just making it here, that just means a lot to me.
Another banner performance in the girls' Class 2A 300 meter hurdles. Yorktown senior Kaylee Sinast hangs on down the stretch. She stumbles on the final hurdle, but still crosses the line first, winning in 44.85 seconds. Add that to her win in the 100 meter hurdles earlier in the day, and she's coming home with 2 gold medals.
My senior year with 2 gold medals is pretty great. It means so much that everyone back in my town and here are wishing me the best of luck and came to support.
And last but not least, girls' Class 5A 1600 meter run Bernie champions Anastasia Gonzalez takes it out hard and never looks back. She wins it going away in 4 minutes 49.11 seconds. After taking bronze in the 800 meter run earlier in the night, she would not be denied.
Once I got 3rd or whatever, I just told myself to forget about that race and to prepare myself for the next one. I feel like this race was something I really focused on, and I just felt really good in it.
We had a number of great performances from the morning session. You can find those highlights and a lot more right now on KSAT.com. From Myers Stadium in Austin, Andrew Seeley, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, Andrew. Day 3 is tomorrow.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
We'll be right back.
Humid this weekend, warming up a bit, low 90s, especially by Mother's Day. And then we get into next week. That's when we're looking at better rain and storm chances. So some scattered activity possible late Monday. And it really looks like we could have some better soaking rain periodically on Tuesday and maybe even lingering into Wednesday. So that's good. We've had a break and then we could get another round of it. We'll keep you updated, especially on the severe potential.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Happy Mother's Day early.
Thank you.
You're welcome. GMSA at 6 a.m.
Have a great Mother's Day weekend.